Hey guys, it's Lindsay. We're gonna do the fire sign reading for the month of July. As always, if any of these messages don't align for you, please take only what you need and leave the rest. This is a group reading. If you want a personal reading, you can check out my links. This is interesting, fire signs. So we're gonna do the general reading first, and what I'm getting is you're trying to act more calm than you actually are, okay? There's a situation with a person or a situation in life in general, and you are doing your best to act more calm than you actually are, okay? You're putting on a good mask is what I'm hearing, okay? Let's see, wow, that one just flew out. You're taking control of your hot-headedness. Ace of Wands. Wands has to do with passion and is also a fire sign card, okay? So you are quite literally taking control of your fire signs in the month of July, and I would also say the end of June, okay? You're trying to manage your response to this situation, to this person. For many of you, it's actually relationship related, okay? For some of you, it is a situation, but you're trying to manage your response because you've seen in the past how when you respond in certain ways, it doesn't go well for you. Okay, and you're understanding that pattern, and you've broken through that pattern, and you're just kind of like trying to take it down a notch and trying to wait for the outcome to reveal itself in many ways, but also just allow, you know, the energy not to overtake you, right? Okay. Wow. Okay, we got a couple here. Hang on. So you're making decisions, Knight of Wands. You are making decisions, and you're trying to choose the best path. You're trying. You're doing your best, which is good job, fire signs. You're trying to choose the best path and not just operate out of instinct, right? Yeah. And you're coming at this from a higher place. So we have the High Priestess. So you're coming at this from like how you want to show up in your life, basically. Fire signs is the way this is coming through, you know. You are trying to be the person that you want to be, and not to be the person who falls back into those patterns, right? So let's get into it. I want to look at Aries first. Aries and actually, we're gonna hold up. This is where you have to hold yourself, Aries. We're gonna do Leo first because it's their birthday month, okay? So we're gonna do Leo in July, and then we're gonna do Aries. I'm sorry. This is where we learn the patience, right, Aries? Okay. Leo in July, it is your month. Happy birthday, Leo. You are trying to come at life from a higher perspective and not just respond to life, not being reactive to life, and that takes a lot, okay? You are a fire sign energy, so it, you know, you have tendency to be in the response, you know. So let's get into what's showing up for you in July, and I keep seeing the Lover's card and it keeps disappearing. There it is. This is weird, Leo, because it's like somebody keeps going in, coming out and going in, coming out and going in relationship, okay? Specifically romantic relationship in July, coming out and going in, just like the way the card was. It's like, I keep seeing it. I keep seeing it. Excuse me. And I think this is part of like why you're trying to control your response. This person coming out and going in, coming out and going in, and they have their reasons, okay? And I feel like some of them are valid, but also some of them are not, okay? It's like this tendency to not be able to hold a long-term commitment and or relationship with this person. And for others of you, it is a relationship where the person is maybe physically there, but emotionally and mentally distracted. So they just keep coming out and going in, coming out and going in. It's giving a revolving door is literally what it is, and you're kind of pissed about it, right? You're like, this is not a revolving door situation. You're either here or you're not here, okay? So the way this is coming through in July, Leo, is that you're making that decision, like, hey, okay, I've had enough of this. For many of you, this may actually be the end of this connection, because it's the revolving door. It's like them not having presence on your relationship, and you're freeing yourself up for better things, okay? Because you're like, why am I paying attention to this person? It's my birthday month. I feel good. I look good. I'm going out. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm no longer gonna be on this revolving door bullshit, right? This is not where you want to be, okay? You're like, we're not doing this anymore, okay? So if and when you release this person, this relationship, you're going out and you're being yourself, and you're feeling good about yourself, and I see you really enjoying yourself and going out with others, going out partying, going out to dance. I keep yawning. I never yawn. So the other thing here that's coming in is like, make sure you're also resting. Rest is going to be important for you, because I feel like once you come out of this relationship, you're like, okay, I want to go out, I want to be seen, I want to be out with people, but like that also is like, you know, little rest is the way it's coming in. But otherwise, July looks good, you know, once you release this, whatever this is, okay? July is looking very good for you, Leo, okay? Any last? Yeah, and you are also working through some things in regards to relationships. So we have the Six of Swords, which is this is funny because this just came out at the end. So I think this is what it is like, this is more of an afterthought, but you realize that you've been healing something in regards to relationship that you didn't even know was there, you know, like a pattern that you didn't even know was there, and by the end of July you realize you've kind of worked through that pattern and healed it. So you're not actually paying attention to healing this pattern. It's kind of naturally happening the way it's coming through, specifically through relationship. Very interesting, Leo. Okay, so Aries. I said I was gonna read you Aries, and I was like, no. Okay, Aries. I feel like you're like kind of cheering yourself on a little bit, Aries, in this one. You're really trying to like, we can do it, right? We can do it. You're gonna succeed. Okay, and in some ways it does feel like you're on your own cheering team. Like it's a cheering team of one. Which is great. Like you're excited for yourself, and you're like, you know what, I don't need other people to be excited for me, because I'm excited for myself. And this is where taking the lead is like, you know, not needing other support. And I feel like, you know, often like you don't need other support. Like you rely on yourself a lot, Aries, and in regards to like other signs, like you're one of the ones that I feel like you're very self-reliant. But like I feel like in the month of July, Aries, you are cheering yourself on. And you're like, you know what, I'm going to go do what I want to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it well, and I'm going to succeed. And like, that's a good look on you, Aries, honestly. I really like that for you, this kind of, you know, self-support, okay? And I feel like a lot of this is coming out of recently coming out of relationships or situations, maybe with family, people who were not supporting you, okay? And you're like, you know what, I don't need their support, I have my own support. And so that's like you self-supporting, cheering team of one. You're like, we're gonna do this, and it's very specific around one of your goals, and I feel like you're just so close to achieving it, Aries. Like you're so close. And I actually see like August, September. So in July, it's like that last phase of achieving your goal, where you're like, okay, we're gonna do it. I'm so close. I'm gonna achieve this thing, and I'm gonna be successful at it. And you are gonna be successful at it. But I think it's not even about like the external success for you, Aries. It's actually about the fact that you did it and you completed it, and you've been waiting to complete this thing for so long, and you're like, you know what, I finally freaking did it, and I'm so proud of myself for doing that. And the other thing that's coming in July, so as this is like a little bit further in. As you move beyond this goal, you know, like I feel like you do need like a time of like, not rest, but like definitely a vacation, like a celebration of self, you know, when you complete this goal, that like you're celebrating yourself, like literally taking a mini vacation is what I'm hearing. So like a weekend vacation somewhere, or driving somewhere, and literally just, there go all the cards. Yeah, literally. Because I feel like if you continue on in the same way that you've been, Aries, as I disappear from the screen, if you continue on in the same way that you've been, you know, right after completing a goal is not the time to start another goal. Okay, you kind of like have to honor yourself, because I feel like this took a lot of energy in order for you to complete this goal, and you have to celebrate yourself and honor yourself after this goal is complete, and not go right into needing to complete another goal. Because when we were talking about patterns, Aries, okay, at the beginning we were talking about your patterns, and your pattern is like when you achieve or when you do something, you go right into something else. Okay, and that's not where I want you to be doing. Okay, you have to like actually honor that you completed something and let yourself sit with it for a little bit and be like, okay, now I can move. You need to work on your kind of like your transition times, okay? And like otherwise, like I think you're going to be doing very well, and I do think that you're going to be succeeding at this thing, and like just keep being your cheering team of one, basically, because it's working for you. Okay. Okay, Aries, we did Leo, and then we have, why am I blanking? Tell it to me. What do we have? Sag. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sagittarius. Okay, forget about you. Wow. Okay, so this is interesting. July. You're in the background, Sagittarius, okay? And this is interesting because I feel like for a lot of your life, you've been kind of like about your goals, about your movement forward, about self, right? Okay, but this weird thing is coming in July where it's like you're in the background, just like I kind of like forgot like what the third fire sign was. You're kind of like hidden away, Sagittarius, which is interesting. And I think for some of you it actually has to do with dealing with family things, so like other people coming first. Okay, and I think for others of you, you purposely pulled yourself back and hidden yourself away because like you're dealing with something. Okay, and that's when we're talking about this managing thing in the general reading, is you're dealing with something, so you're managing your response, managing how you respond, right? Managing your patterns. Why I keep yawning. Oh my goodness. You're managing your response, you're managing your patterns, and you're in the background. And I just keep hearing that song by Third Eye Blind, The Background. And if you don't know it, go look it up. I'll put it in the links below, but it's a great song. So Sagittarius, you are quite literally in the background because there are other things happening around you that you need to pull yourself back, like your needs, your desires, your goals back in July in order to assist with like family things, or to, you know, it's a little bit like you've gone quiet, which is really interesting with me, because I also feel like there's a lot of brewing beneath the surface for you in July, and you're trying to also on your own end determine what your movement is next, okay? Because I also feel like you're like, and I'm like, I keep covering my mouth, okay? This is crazy. So I feel like I'm covering my mouth, like you're not talking to people as much. You're not telling people your business. You're not telling people what you're doing or where you're going, because you're still figuring it out. But it's also like you don't want to share with people in July. Like you're just like, you're just doing. you're doing what you need to do for others, right? But then you're also doing what you need to do for yourself. And you're like, I'm kind of done with the oversharing, you know, I'm just going to do it without announcing it. It's like the lack of announcing that's coming in very strongly. And there's also something with using your intuition, because the High Priestess from the general reading is coming back in. So using your intuition specifically to kind of align you to your next phase, okay? So I do feel like some of this phase is going to be a little unexpected for you. I feel like, okay, this imagery that you have in your mind of how the next phase of your life is supposed to look, you need to let go of that, okay? And when you're in this quiet time, I think you need to go towards the opportunities that are coming towards you, even if it doesn't seem like it's an opportunity that you want, okay? Because I feel like things are being offered to you and you're saying no. You're saying no to these options, to these choices, Two of Wands, when actually you should be saying yes. Because you've kind of been on this back burner for a while trying to figure out your own thing. And there are opportunities coming to you, and just because they don't look like what you want, you're saying no. And that's not what, like, you need to be saying yes. You just need to be like, okay, I'm going to try this out and see how it feels. And that's how you get this movement forward. That's how you come out of the background, okay? Because, like, this energy is very weird for you, Sagittarius. It's like you pulled back, and you're not somebody who, like, sits in the background at all. And it's this quiet energy, and it's very strange for you, okay? You're so quiet, and Sagittarius is not quiet. You're a fire sign, right? You talk, you like to share. So the way out of this energy, and like once you kind of work with whatever needs to be worked with, like in regards to family things or external factors, the way out of this quiet energy for yourself, Sagittarius, is actually allowing the choices that come to you, being open to them, and also saying yes to these opportunities. And it's really like the opportunities that kind of come out of nowhere, okay, that you're like a little bit of unsure about, but you're like, okay, maybe I'll try it. That's your edge, Sagittarius, in July, is the maybe I'll try it. Because what is going to hurt from you trying it, right? Okay, and that's where this movement starts happening again for you, and again you come out of the background, okay? So that is the fire side readings for July. My name is Lindsey Rose, also Storyteller Tarot. If you would like your own reading, please check out my links. I do offer more in-depth readings on my YouTube channel. There are deep dives for the full year. And I also am over on TikTok. Otherwise, I wish you guys well.